Okay, it has been a while, a very, very long time since we started streaming. Main reason is I'm at work. Uh, Picked up a new job. That's kept me busy. That's always fun. We'll stream for a little bit today. So what we'll do, before we continue on any further with the video, let's just share the stream around, do a bit of this. Let's just try out a few things, because the main point of this video today is to try and figure out a decent setup for this build. Because we have had it for a while, and I think it's been about a week since we put this rig together. The video is coming out, I can guarantee you. I do have the recording. I just got to get through all the editing and do all that stuff, which is going to take a while. So unfortunately that is the case, but the video will be coming out regardless. It just all depends on how long and all that. But yeah, the video will be coming out, long story short. But tonight we're not going to stream for too long. Once we pick up some more viewers, we'll start talking about why we haven't been streaming all that often, to be honest, and for a very big reason. But what we'll do, we'll just wait till we get some viewers in. For the meantime, we'll just do some races here and there, because I'm also trying to figure out how to work my head around this wheel, because it's more than just plug and play. It's plug, fiddle and tune it for about 2 weeks, and then play and hope, fingers crossed, that it's like a decent setup. So like right now it does feel okay, but I definitely know I can get a little bit more out of it. But yeah, like, for me, I do like this Fanatec wheel. It is rather nice, but trying to tune it to a way that I like is becoming rather difficult, and it's not helping that earlier on in the week, when I was like right on the verge of getting my tuning correct with this wheel, they decided to release an update which completely screwed me around, which kind of sucked, but unfortunately I couldn't do much about that. So let's see how we go. We've got a couple of regulars. We got IMAT, Corey, I think Frost looks familiar. We've also got Cody, I think I've seen the name before. All very familiar names, you know. At the end of the day, I'm not really going for anything too crazy. I'm just still trying to figure out, you know, which setup works for my wheel. So what I'm going to do, since we're starting at the back, we're going to switch to hang on, this side first, switch to a medium tyre, and then go with a neutral brake balance. Hopefully that works. So I've done a little bit of research here in terms of trying to figure out what a decent strategy for this race is. And I found out that starting on the medium tyre, regardless of where you are in terms of grid position, starting on the medium tyre, come in at the very end of the first lap, then proceed to come in at the end of the fourth lap to change from softs to softs, and then go to the very finish. So hopefully that is a strategy that works. To be fair, with this stream at the moment, I'm not really gunning for wins or improvement in DR and all that. Like, I don't even have my DR tracker opened up on my computer, so I'm really not aiming for anything at the moment. Tonight is just purely trying to figure out this wheel and get a decent setup and just, just give it a shot. We haven't really raced with it too much since we've got it, because like we picked up a new job and it sort of just sapped all the time out of our rig. I've heard the Corvette's pretty good around him, because you've got the Corvette, you've got the Vantage, you've got the GDR. Surprised to see the NSX so far up. And that's actually quite loud. Turn that down. See, I'm still trying to figure out the setup. I have bought a brake performance kit as well for the Club Sport V3 pedals. Hopefully that has some form of impacts. We won't stay on for too long tonight. I think we're going to stay on for about an hour or so, and then after that we'll probably just call it a night. No, that's not good. Oh, nice. Awesome. Lift off there. Ooh, a bit snaky coming out of there. What am I giving that Mazda a shot? That thing got a bit of a bump after the BOP changes. Oh, that's great. Unfortunately, I'm not really liking this new rig at the moment. Honestly, it's just purely down to having had enough time behind it. It is a completely different setup. Long story short, and I'm just not used to it at the moment. I'm about half a second or slower than my older rig, which sucks. Because price-wise, compared this to my old rig, it dwarfs over my previous rig in terms of price. Oh, he's on it. He's gone. So yeah, it sucks at the moment that I'm not as quick as I should be compared to my old rig. Like, it's a proven fact that with going from a G29 to a Fanatec direct drive, you do really improve on your pace. Like you find half a second easily, and at the moment I'm just not finding it, which kind of sucks. But maybe it's a thing that I sort of overcome over time. But I'm definitely not a slow driver, that is for sure. It's just that I'm having to get used to a new rig, which is really not helping. And even right now, like, the current tuning on the steering wheel does not feel all that well. I did feel like there's a lot more tuning involved when it comes to this wheel, and the brakes don't feel all the best with the pedals. I will say it is a lot easier to catch a slide. But there's definitely a direct connection now. Instead of it just being like a gear, it's like an actual motor. probably going to go pit. Yeah, I thought so. He was intending to go pit at the last lap, but he binned it. Yeah, because I can't see myself streaming for more than an hour or so today. Just a very quick stream. I want to get something out on the channel. I haven't streamed in about a week, so I did want to try and stream earlier in the week, but I just haven't had the time to do so. And plus, to be brutally honest, this new rig has done the opposite of encouraging me to play GG Sport. It's sort of like turned me off at the moment. I just don't have any more effort. Like, I don't have any more time for it to like try and find out what's wrong with this thing. Every time I think I've found the right tune for this wheel, something just doesn't feel right, and I'm back at square one. Honesty. I mean, it's a great wheel. I'll say that. I definitely do like the wheel and the pedals itself. You know, it's definitely. I think once I find the right tune, I'm going to definitely be cutting heaps of time off my laps. But it's just this whole problem of not having enough time to invest in the rig and try and figure out what's wrong with it. Because like I said before, this thing is definitely not a plug and play. It's plug, tune, and then play. And tuning is a very long and tedious process. Like I said, I like the wheel. I like the LEDs. I like the screens. I like the lights. I like the feel of it. It's just the tuning isn't as easy as I would like it to be. I feel like tuning wise, there's definitely some room for improvement here. Like I said before, slides are definitely easier to catch in with the new wheel. Come in and pit this lap, and then from then on we'll go to the finish. Oh, fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. Oh, fuck off, man. Are you serious? Oh, this is what I wanted to play on my sister's account. I have to do with dumb shit like this. So annoying. should probably do the same, to be honest. I'm so done with this race already. This is the problem I have. I've just lost all interest in this game, and this new wheel and really struggling to get grips with it is just not helping. Like, I'm really don't enjoy this game anymore, and I don't enjoy singing my new rig, which really sucks. Just tuning wise, it's just so fucking annoying. Like, it honestly feels at times worse than my G29. And you should not be saying that about Fanatec. I don't know. Like, I love it. I love and I hate this rig. I love and hate it. Like, I'm last by a long shot. Probably because the strategy's not the best, but it's alright. No, I just don't feel consistent enough in this car. I just don't feel consistent. Like, I'm really struggling with this car. I'm really struggling with the rig. I'm really struggling with this rig. Like, it feels really solid, this wheel. Like, quality wise, it feels amazing. But the feel of the wheel is awesome. I love it. Benjamin, welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. I have not streamed in a very, very long time, and I do apologise. It's been quite a while. Yeah, hopefully we get back into it sometime soon. That's rough. That's rough. Okay. That sucks. I didn't even see what commentary map was on. I want to check that before the next race. My internet is kind of stuffing up at the moment, which is not good. I better get that sorted out as well before the next race. Two more laps and we'll sort this stream out. I don't know, for me, I think the biggest problem right now with my new rig is definitely the brakes. The brakes feel shit. I definitely feel like I need one of those modifications where you put on the brakes. Luckily I've got the brake performance kit arriving, I think, within a week or so. Hopefully that has something to do with making this brake pedal feel a little bit more realistic. So I feel like I'm having to push a little too far to get as much brake as I would like. But I was having that problem in the G29. I think if I remember correctly, I was setting like 202s in my previous races, so but to be fair, I wasn't using the Corvette, I think I was using the Lexus, so that could also be a deciding factor. I can't actually remember much of my time around these tracks. I really should have done some test laps before I deconstructed my rig and put my new one together. I would love to know how much the time difference would have been. That was alright. What's my optimum like? 2032s. I just haven't been able to link up my sectors. Okay, so I'm already 1.5 seconds up my personal. Like I said before, I think the biggest problem right now with my setup is definitely the brakes. I think 100%, without a doubt, the biggest problem is my brakes. There's just no proper feel behind it. It's really throwing me off in terms of where I should be braking, how my braking should be, and that's all. He's by far one of my worst results. Definitely would be surprised if I see myself back into A+ by the end of the stream. I'm doing absolutely shocking. Gotta get my team down to 202A. Realistically at 2029. I mean, I can't really complain too much. I should have, try and figure out this brake pedal. I'm just really hoping that the brake performance kit I have ordered really makes a difference. Okay, so 2026. Okay. Like I said, I'm just really hoping that the brake performance kit I have has somewhat make a difference when it comes around. Okay, so how much is that rating get impacted? I would like to know actually. Okay, 52.2 with 99 SR. Okay, so we lost a fair bit of DR. We lost about 1600 DR. So we're already on the cusp of losing A+. That's great. Oh, it's awesome. Like I said, I'm really struggling with this rig. I really am, which sucks. But no, I can't really do too much. Yeah, I don't know. Just in my opinion, like, look, it's an awesome wheel. Like, I do love the wheel and the pedals and all that. But yeah, it's just trying to figure out a tune for me is just I'm really struggling with that. Like, quality and feel and like involvement wise, I definitely enjoy it more than the G29. But just when it comes to the tuning part, to me, I just don't know. I'm really struggling when it comes to the tuning aspect of the Fanatec here. And the brake pedal just feels like nothing to me. Like, I feel like there's a little bit too much travel and the brakes are just not as strong as they should be. Hopefully the brake performance kit somewhat resolves that. Okay, I feel like we should really actually do a quali lap. The reason why I wanted to hop into my sister's account, but I can't get into the login. Let's try and figure out something, but I can't. I think next stream we'll make a new account. We'll make a second account and just muck around on that one a little bit. If we go down in SR, we really don't care. It's just more of like a dummy account, you know, just get some tuning done on that account. Because I really want to try and reserve my A+ on this game, on this account at least. So if I just make a new account, make a second, and sort of just accept that I won't be too competitive on that account, I can use that to do daily races and work on this wheel. So I've got my league races starting next week and I still don't feel comfortable with this rig. And it's really something that should have been sorted out relatively quickly by now. Let's just see what we can do, to be honest. I don't know, let's just see. I'll be able with the 202 flat. Like the thing is, well, that's like one of my strong tricks as well, so I really should be doing well around here, but okay, I entered way too shallow there. Like, I think around this track, I can, with the right setup, I can definitely see myself getting into the 201, the very low 201s, and if lucky, a 2-minute flat, but as of right now, I just have to take what I'm given and accept like a 202. decent time. I can definitely improve on that. The wall there, that's going to let me. But I will make time here because I had a very rubbish run. Like the big problem I'm facing right now with the wheel is that, like, as of right now, with the current setup I have on this, it feels a little bit too hard to turn, and I really don't know which tune, like which setting will help lower that, because there's like 7 different force feedback settings, so I'm still trying to figure that out. I actually heard the Corvette likes to be short shifted. I remember that. I tried to brake later there and really didn't do all that well. Am I gonna make it? I mean, it's an okay time. Like I said, I've just, for me, like right now, all hopes are relying on this brake pedal. I've ordered the brake performance kit. It should be coming within a week or so. Hopefully, that fixes it up. Like it's fingers crossed at the moment, because for me, like right now, with how much money I spent on this brand new rig, I should be destroying my old lap times with my old rig, like absolutely destroying them. Like doing easily, probably an easy half second each with each track I'm on. Like it's the complete opposite way around. As of right now, I'm half a second, if not more, slower than my old setup. And I think it's got something to really do with that brake pedal. Because I don't have much footage of like my old racing rig around Bathurst, so I can't really tell what is a really decent time I got around here. Because for all I know, 2016 could have actually been at one of my quickest times now, but I don't know, because I can't remember what my quickest time was with my old setup. But I definitely know that a 2016, I think, is a quite doable time with my old G29 setup. So let's just quickly, before the race starts, switch to a medium compound, and then do that. I don't know, I really want to try and figure out this. I feel like the steering is like, out of 10, probably 8 out of 10 there. It feels like it's almost there. I feel like just a couple more nitpicky tunes and we should be there. But with the club sport pedals, I think the throttle feels good, just the brake, there's no like real difference in pressure with the further you press it. Like it's just a constant form of pressure. Like pressing a little bit is the same amount of pressure you get when you press it all the way down. which I think is like the further you press into it, the harder it gets. And I definitely feel like I should be getting a little bit more ABS, but I don't know. These are all things I have to keep tuning through the wheel. Hey Ryan, welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. Setup is okay. Like I said, the funny thing with Fanatec is they have to do a lot of tuning. Hit the bump. You have to do a lot of tuning, so I'm still trying to find a good tune. That was quite scary. With the wheel and the pedals as well. I feel like we're about 80% there. But the last 20% to find in terms of like the feel of the pedals and the brakes is really hard to get to. But overall, I am happy. At times I hate it, but I think with over time I'll get used to the new rig. But it's not only just a different wheel and pedals; it's a completely different seating position. Like I'm seating a lot lower with my legs out a lot straighter. Like I'm very much more close now to an F1's seating style. Whereas before, like to put it lightly, it was like sitting in a truck. You know, your legs came very downwards. I was supposed to hit that lap. Fuck. I'll see if you're talking. I'll do it next lap. But yeah, like I said, I just really got to figure out this tune. It's definitely the thing holding me back at the moment. That could have gone so wrong. Oh really? So you're getting exactly the same, like podium F1 racing with a Pulseport V3 pedals and a TR80 rig. All I'm going to say is that with the TR80 rig, best of luck putting that together. Best of luck. We really did struggle putting it together. They haven't changed one bit track race when it comes to the instructions. Hey Daniel, man, how you going? It's been a while. Setup's feeling alright. Feeling okay. Quality wise, I'm really liking the quality. Like the paddle shifters feel fucking insane. Like I don't know, you can probably hear the paddles. It feels genuine. Like it feels like it would never break. But like I was telling Ryan before, the only problem I'm finding with the Fanatec gear is tuning it and finding the right setup. Because when it comes to tuning this, you have to not only find the right setting with the Fanatec wheel, the pedals, and also GT Sport. And keep in mind, to use the podium, you have to register the podium as a CSL Elite, which is essentially the shittier version of the podium. It's a completely different type of wheelbase. I do have a brake performance kit coming, hopefully over the next weekend. I'm really fingers crossed that that'll fix some of the problem with the brakes. Like, there's no genuine feel for me, in my opinion, with the brakes. Like, the problem I'm finding with the brakes is that no matter how far or how hard I'm pressing the brake pedal, it's still the exact same pressure. Which, in my opinion, I've just done 3 laps on mediums. I just realised that now. I should have gone to the pits 2 laps ago. In my opinion, it should be the further you press the brake pedal, the harder it should get. So it's kind of weird that you pay, you know, $500+ for a set of brake pedals, and to be really honest, it sounds the same, if not slightly worse or better than my G29 pedals. But the one thing I do like about my G29, sorry, about my Fanatec, is that you cannot hear a single thing except for the paddles. Like before, you couldn't hear the cogs turning. Like before, you could hear the cogs turning from the G29. And that's just the way, you know, that wheel was built and designed. It's a very noisy wheel. This wheel's a lot quieter, which stream quality wise is awesome, because you guys aren't getting drowned out by the constant noise of the wheel. Where with the G29, now it's honestly. Now you get the occasional rumble, which is just, you know, the car which is the wheel like trying to feed like a good feel, you know, add a bit of simulation. That's great. Through the game into the wheel. So if I'm understeering, I can feel it through the wheel. It'll start rumbling and doing all that. And if I'm pushing too hard on the brakes, it'll make a rumble. Same with the pedals. If I hit the brakes really hard, it will rumble, which is really cool. But yeah, stream quality wise, I do love the Fanatec. Like, you can't hear a single thing except for the paddles and the slight rumble. But yeah, I love that about the Fanatec so far. I do love the overall finish. Like, my dad picked up out of the box and was like, holy shit, this thing looks, feels, and it just built solid. Like, you knock on the wheelbase, here it is. That's proper metal. Like, that's, I mean, to be fair, what I was tapping on was plastic, but that feels like it's never going to break. So yeah, it feels solid, and the pedals look amazing. Aesthetic wise, it looks full on. The only downfall to the rig itself, I would say, is the TR80. For me, putting it together was a pain, and you will see that video of me and my father putting that all together. It took a really long time. It was definitely an overnight project, and we started at 4 o'clock at night, and we definitely went on into the morning, and some more that following night, after we went to bed. But yeah, like, for me, the TR80 doesn't suit my needs. Like, I definitely feel like, hey Ben, hey Ulfa, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. For me, I definitely feel like that with the money I spent on the TR80 itself, I was expecting a lot easier instructions and adjustability wise, a lot easier. Because putting this thing together, we went from 4 p.m. to 12:30 in the morning. So that's 8 hours. No, 6. No. 8 hours. And then even after that, we still spent another 2 or so hours really trying to get this set up all figured out. Like, we found that the seat wasn't able to go far back enough, and that the supporting arms for the steering wheel just didn't feel right, along with the actual pedal plate was just not really in a good position. And it's all because the whole rig itself was just not built properly. And we're not saying that myself and my father built it incorrectly. From factory, it was just designed very poorly. So I'm like, for me, if I'm spending that much money on a rig, I feel like everything should be a walk in the park when it comes to putting together and setting it up. You know, I've seen multiple videos of people who own not only TR80 but track racer simulators and having to like do some, you know, home ghetto job and try and improve it better. And sadly enough, for track racer, it actually does make it better than what track racer give it to you as, which really sucks. Oh, brakes. But man, how you going? I've not seen you in a long time. Do some Kyoto after this. What car is Kyoto? What car do you have to use? I'll read the rest of the chat after this race finishes. I'm actually catching up to seconds. I want to try and focus a little bit. Like, to be fair, the more I do race this setup, the more I'm getting used to it. Like, I definitely do have to do a lot more adjusting with the wheel. It definitely feels a lot harder to turn, so I'm still trying to, like, you know, get that figured out. Maybe like lighten the weight, but like, I don't even know what setting it would be to change that, because there's like 10 plus settings that all have an effect on the wheel and the pedals. So I think across the wheel and the pedal itself, there's like a good 10 plus adjustments you can make, and then including the other 2 you can add in from GT Sport. You know, you're looking at 12 or so adjustments that have to be made to suit your preference. Like I said before, it doesn't help that with the podium, it's not actually registered into GT Sport. You have to like do some witchcraft stuff and try and make it work with the CSL Elite. These things actually giving me a workout. Kai has his Fanatec setting for his GT Sport on his channel. I have to watch that video. I was actually trying to find a YouTuber like Super GT or Jimmy, or I didn't look up Kai. I can't believe that. I even looked up Erie but not Kai. I definitely should look up for that video. Thanks for that. I definitely should look at that video. After the stream, I'll definitely give it a look. But yeah, this actually give me a proper workout. Like I'm actually starting to sweat. It's not even that hot, to be honest. Like you have to put a lot of effort into this wheel to get it turning, which at times I do like, but I also don't. You know, in a very quick acting situation, having a light steering might actually be the difference between avoiding that collision or not. It's only 1 minute long. Oh, even better. Yeah, I'll definitely have to give it a look after this stream. Like I said before, I can't see myself streaming for too long tonight. I picked up a new job, which means I have to work in the city, so early nights and early wake-ups are now going to be a daily routine. So no more long 3-4 hour streams, more like 2 hours if I'm lucky. Like I can already see myself doing one more race and that's it, to be honest. So I'm definitely gonna have to have another shower. It's a definite workout. Yeah, like for me the TR80 does feel solid, but I don't know why. And I even found out, across multiple videos that we used as like a guide to put our TR80 together, that a lot of them were different. One problem that I did pick up with putting it together was that when it came to the side plates for the seats, on the front you have, I believe it's 4 holes at the front and 4 holes at the back. With our seat, for some weird reason, it was 3 and 3, which really made putting that plate on the rig a difficult task. To which we ended up having to drill a new hole, which kind of sucks, because then from that point on I could return it. But we were so far into the building process of the rig that we were like, well, we might as well just keep going and just try our luck. But yeah, definitely for me, for me, biggest, okay, take it easy for a minute. Actually, I've got a 19-second gap on 4th. I just realised that. I got so hung up in talking to him and realised what was happening in the actual race. But for me, the biggest letdown of the entire rig is definitely the simulation, the cockpit. It took way too long to put together, and just trying to find the right adjustment, just like a nightmare. Like, to be fair, I think we did have it pretty much all put together within a couple of hours, but just trying to find a right seating position with the brakes and all that was just way too hard. So what we'll do, let's try and find that Kai video actually, because it's only a minute long, so it can't be that bad. I don't know, for me, like I said before at the very start of the stream, I think just enough tuning, I can find like a good balance. I can use others' setups as a good reference, but everyone to their own, and everyone likes something different to another person. But hopefully, hopefully find a really good setup, because I really would like to improve on my times, because I definitely know that it's a proven fact, really written in stone, that direct drive is one of the quickest wheels you can have, and like you can definitely chop off like half a second from your times. But as of right now, I'm about half a second the wrong way around, which kind of sucks. So how do we go that race? How did our ratings go? Did we drop? Did we go up? We dropped a little bit. I think next stream as well, we'll try and make a second account and have it be like the sacrificial lamb to our main account, where we could just like do a little bit of muck around, because I really do want to try and keep in A+. What's Kyoto? Ooh, that actually wouldn't be a bad race. What about this race here? This race would be pretty boring. I think the good car is the Rexy. Yeah. What's the top 10 cars? So yeah, Rexy, Lancer. Yep. With the one-off Hurricane. So all drive cars. That's a surprise. Bring back the Group 4 races where actually rear-wheel drive cars are actually the quickest ones. Okay. What I guess we can do is let's find this Kai video and see what we can do. Maybe this might be the holy grail of the tune that we need. Yeah, see, the problem is with Kai's rig is that he's on a CSL Elite. For me, I'm on a Podium, which is completely different. So, I mean, props to, and thanks for trying to help us with this setup, but it's the wrong wheel. It's the right brand, but it's just the wrong type of wheel. Kai uses a CSL Elite, whereas I use a Podium, which is a completely stronger motor. To be fair, they did release an update for the wheelbase very recently. It's sort of really mucked around with the settings a little bit. Yeah, it definitely was. I feel like if we were to do it again, we'd finish it in probably like half the amount of time. Because one thing I did realize is that at the end of our first night, I realized that the rails for the seats were bolted a little bit too far forward, and I feel like that was the main reason for this, like trying to find the right seating position. But we did get around that, and we did figure out that was the case. Yes, adjusting the pedal plate with that help is definitely a pain. That thing is so fucking heavy. The MX-5 lobby. Maybe I should give that a shot. It is fun driving those cars, I will say that. Those cars are quite fun. We'll do one more race of this. How long is the race for the MX-5s? Because if it's a short race, I don't want to leave this race now, because if I back out, I should have watched that Tijani video where he tells you all about it. Let's see if we can find it. I want to see how long race A is. If it's not a long race, It's a 6-minute race. Oh shit, yeah. I should actually give that a shot. You know what? Let's actually just do it. Fuck it. I guarantee you right now, if you go back, it's going to be the entries are closed. Guarantee you. Oh no, it's still open. 10 minutes, but I don't really want to wait 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't want to wait 10 minutes. So I can't see myself being on for much longer. Honestly, I think I want one more race and that's it. Because I've now picked up a new job in the city, which requires me waking up at 5:30 in the morning, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I didn't get home today till like 7:30 was when I set up the stream, 8:30. So I actually was planning on streaming at around 7:30, but I got caught up with the train and all that, which kind of sucked. I didn't get home till an hour after I planned on. Like I said, I've got that brake performance kit coming within a week. I'm just fingers crossed that fixes something with the brake feel. For me, just it doesn't feel right. Like I felt more comfortable using my G29 pedals as a brake instead of my $550 CSL Elites. My Club Sport V3 pedals feel like rubbish compared to my G29, which costs like a fraction less, which kind of sucks. But like I said many times already, it's just all down to tuning. Oh, I'm in Thirsty's lobby. So you got Matt, Thirsty, Corey, Frost, DP. Who else do we have that I know of? No one else really. Yeah, like I said, it kind of sucks that it's not like plug and play with the Fanatec, which I guess I can somewhat understand. You know, something to this caliber in terms of like pricing and technicality. You sort of have to do a bit of your own work. But I'm definitely struggling on it more than I probably should be, to be honest. Yeah, well, the only issue I had with my G29 pedals, okay, specifically was the pedals. It's actually the reason why I upgraded my rig, because I was so sick of it happening over and over again. Was the premature brake fails that it would have. So anyone who knows of G29 pedals, Giovanni with the stream, man, hope you're doing well. But yeah, the main problem with the pedals was that the brake sensor would constantly like fail, and it wasn't if you were like mistreating it. It was just like from factory. It was just a common problem with the pedals, and for me it happened one too many times. I was like, okay, it happens one more time, I'm buying a brand new rig, and if I'm gonna buy a brand new rig, I'm gonna go all out. So I said, if it broke one more time, it did, and I bought Fanatec. So that sensor was the main reason to why I'm here now with all this really nice racing gear. But I agree with you. Apart from that, the G29 pedals, the G29 itself is a very good entry level setup. Especially if you get it with like sitting on a nice rig, you can really get a lot out of it. But I will tell you, once you move from a G29 to a Fanatec, it feels like Lego. Like, this Fanatec feels insane. Like, even the paddles feel 20 times better compared to the G29. Race Max, welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, it's been a very long time. I've been very busy with a full-time job now, so I can't really dedicate myself to YouTube as much as I would like to, but here we are. Like, this will be my last race, and then I'm done for the night. So let's try and end on a high note. So I started 11th, and I'm in a harder lobby as well. So I guess I'll be up in the top 8. I'll be happy with the top 8 finish. The brake pedal's feeling rubbish. Like, you'll notice at times, and I'll just do it because I feel like I'm going the whole way where I'm not, that the brake pressure, you'll see it on the graph, but next to the radar map, where like, it won't show complete brake pressure. Too late, doesn't matter anyway, we're still going to be pulling to the PS6 race. What's that here? Oh, nice. Don't reset me, don't reset me, don't reset me. Thank God, we just caught it before it reset us. Steering's good. I feel like it could do with a little bit lighter steering. I've got a mate who's trying to help me out with my setup, so I don't know if I can get that sorted out. But like, it's an awesome wheel. It's awesome. If you've got somebody on the side to put to a steering wheel, I would definitely recommend doing it. It's awesome. You just got to get your head around the whole tuning thing, which is a nightmare. But once you do so, it's awesome. Like, I love it. Yeah, like, I think age-wise, okay, he just tried to bump me up the arse. If I get a penalty for that. Yeah, I think I owned mine for the same amount of time, but I can probably say with confidence I definitely put a lot more hours on it. Have you already had, Daniel, have you already had problems with your brake pedal, like failing? Because I've owned mine roughly for the same amount of time. I've probably done a little bit more in terms of like hours. But have you like had that brake problem come up for you? for me, that was the reason why I ended up going to Fanatec. I was just so sick of pulling it apart every time it needs to get changed. Oh shit. Oh, come on. I tried. I'll read that message down, Conrad. How do we with the bar every time I press my accelerator? I'm trying to read bits of it during the race. I probably shouldn't be doing that. I'm going to crash doing that. I've got to come in this anyway for a fresh set of tires anyway. Would be on like 22%. I cleaned them all works now. That was 1 month ago. Right pedal went being responsive. The clicker switch was 2.5 years ago. He's hit the wall. I've hit the wall. Nice. Worked fine ever since. So you've had problems that I've never experienced with the G29. That's kind of weird. The one I had was one that everyone knows of. Just the brake sensors going to shit. Why have I pulled out that side of the pits? That's ruined my race. But yeah, like, I don't know, for me, the problems I had with the G29 was the problems that everyone knows of, you know, the brake sensors just all of a sudden flicking on and off while you're driving, and it happened to me during, I think, about 3 weeks ago, and I was like, no, that's it, I've had enough, I'm not pulling these things apart again, time to buy some Fanatec. So I was at first just going to go for TGT, but in my mind I'm like, well, I'm trying to take my racing career a little bit more serious now, so I've got iRacing now, so I might as well go all out and actually, you know, spend a few bucks. That's where Fanatec got involved. I remember when I first got back into sim racing, I was like, I will never see myself buying Fanatec gear, and then here I am, 3 or so years later, dropping a shit ton of money on it, and I was struggling to get it to work. Well, in my opinion, if you want Fanatec, a CSL Elite will do the job. I think if you're not taking your like sim racing super seriously, because I'm also playing a bit of iRacing as well, so I need to I'm playing more than just GT Sport and the occasional ACC. I'm playing some really hardcore iRacing, like simulated racing game like iRacing. I thought it'd be more ideal to spend the extra and go for the full out. But in my opinion, if you're not the type to do iRacing religiously, I'm hopefully trying to get back into that at some point with Dragon. A CSL Elite will do more than enough. Yeah, CSL Elite is fine. There are some people who say that they did think the podium was a bit overkill, went for a CSL Elite, and then were like, okay, I fucked up, I should have just got the podium. And there are people who say that. I know one guy who says that. He went to go upgrade his new rig, looked at the podium, was like, yeah, no, that's overkill. Bought the Elite. 6 months later, he's now deeply regretting that decision and really contemplating on getting a podium. I think he's now actually in the process of really looking at buying one. But price-wise, there's a definite jump and a half when it comes to CSL Elite and podium. It's really doubled up. Oh, I missed a breaking point. Oh no, I haven't. I actually have. May have taken a guy out. Did I already come in for tyres? No. End of 1, end of 4. Oh fuck, I did an extra pit stop. Well, my race is over, so fuck it. Might as well just quit. I think it's safe to say now that my drive rating will go back down to A+. Go back down to A. But yeah. Like I said, I'm just really struggling to get to grips with this car, with the wheel and all that. But I've got a couple of friends who also have the same setup as me, and they're trying to figure something out, because a new update did come out very recently, and it's sort of stuffed a few things up, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I think that's enough for today. I've got to go. I've got to head off to bed rather soon. But yeah, that's my first stream with my new setup, and I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it overall. But yeah, once I get past this setup, I feel like I'm set, and I'm really on for setting some really good lap times. Shame I didn't set any lap times on my old rig to compare to my new one. I feel like I should have done that before I even pulled it apart, but I was too far in. I didn't even realize I should have done that until I have built and set up my new rig. But I think that's all for today. To be fair, I don't know when I'm going to stream next. With this whole new job and working in the city at the moment, streaming for YouTube is a little bit on the fence at the moment. I think right now it's just stream whenever I can, and if I am streaming, it's nowhere near as long as they used to be. I can probably stream for about 2 hours, and that's about it, but not the usual 3 to 4 hour streams, and maybe more, that you guys usually would experience, because 5-6 days a week, 10 hours a day in the city, it does put a bit of a toll on you in terms of sleep and going to bed rather early, because you have to get up early in the city. But yeah, like I said before, it's just whenever I feel like streaming and whenever I'm free, when I have the effort and energy to do so. But if you guys did enjoy the stream, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I shall catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.